Thursday, April
Recording yet?
19th,
Yep.
7 to 11
Oh,
p.m.
okay, great.
for the Indie Grits Kickoff and Open Studios Preview Party. For more information, visit indiegrits.com or
I'm not gonna say they was gonna put it on the
columbiaopenstudios.com,
thing.
or follow up with us on Twitter at 701CCA or at IndieGrits.
You're listening to the Pauly C and AWOWW show.
Can you go in there and hit record on Audacity or on the computer? What's up, man? We'll have you in a second. That's right. That's our new intro. Check it out. What do you
Wow,
think,
that was
AWOWW?
nice.
Yeah, it's pretty intense.
I like how it announces. That was Chance, yes?
Yes, it was.
Nice.
Yeah, he did some little filters and stuff. So, welcome into the Pauly C.
And AWOWW show. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. We're here. It's Thursday morning, of course, because we're here. And we have a lot of cool stuff going on this morning. First of all, I'll just straight up and let anyone know. If you're listening out there, maybe you're in a car and about to get out, go to work. Maybe you're, I don't know, in your dorm room being woken up by us. That's how one of our friends is woken up every morning, or every Thursday. Either way, we have an exciting thing for you. You can't really see me that well if you're looking yet now. But if you go to ustream.tv/channel/Pauly C and AWOWW show, all one word.
We know it's a lot, but
I know it's a lot, but I've posted a link on our Facebook and our Twitter, and on my personal Facebook and Twitter. And I'm sure AWOWW, maybe. Are you gonna?
Absolutely.
So, all our friends have access to it, but you can see us live. I don't know if you're looking, we can wave at you now. But if not, then I'm sorry. Did you figure that out, Chance? No, that's okay.
CD.
I know there's no CD. It's on the computer. Sorry, I'm trying some new stuff out, so, but it's right. So we'll actually go ahead and start with Connor. We have him in here already. We have a cool show. It's very student media oriented today. I'm having mostly all the station managers and the station managers. Maybe the
Editors.
and
Chief
editor and
editors.
chiefs and chief editors. They're all coming in at some point throughout the day. We'll have inspiration with AWOWW, of course, and yeah, I think that's about it. That's your mic over there, actually. AWOWW, you can keep this mic.
Awesome.
I'm all prepared today.
Usually my mics get taken over, but
Yeah, usually.
I get to keep it.
So what we'll do is we'll let you, Connor, just do your thing, and then we'll talk afterwards, if that's cool with you.
Sounds great.
Awesome. I'll put you on. Alright, so how many do you have for us?
I mean, I can do as many as you'd like. I've got a couple memorized, and I've got my notebook here. So they're all about 2-3 minutes long. So I mean, however much time, I can do 2 or 3 if that's all right.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
sure.
We'll go for a few. So this is Connor Brunson. Do I have your name right?
Yeah,
Just
that's
making
it.
sure
You got it.
I'm awful with this. AWOWW's the name person.
Yeah, cool.
So,
Yeah, this first one is one I just did at the poetry slam last night, which was a really great time. And so I'm gonna do that one. I'm gonna look at my notebook and do probably 2 more. So we'll see how that goes. Alright. I made a sound the other night, and it went something like. It was the sound of someone accepting the fact that they're human. You see, I've been hanging on a cross for years. I'm attached to this self-imposed crucifix by twist ties and rubber bands. The nails in my hands are rusty thumbtacks. My crown of thorn is jagged twine. My wine is month-old grape juice, and time is my Judas. I've painted myself a savior to so many men, women, and children who have no idea that I'm the Titanic in a field of icebergs, that I'm the Hindenburg in a lightning storm, carrying crates of acetylene torches waiting to explode and sink into the Atlantic, cold water rushing right through the hole in the middle of my heart. Its edges are sharp like a broken mirror. I tried to stitch it up using academic pursuits, threaded through the needles of prestigious schools, but it didn't work, because my blood is acidic. It melts away stitches. I wore my resume like combat boots, and kicked out anyone who dared tangle with my ego, but all I got were these bruises across the top of my toes, because there is a jagged canyon in the middle of my mind, and if you follow it all the way down to the bottom, you will find mostly empty treasure chests carved from the heart of redwood trees soon to be extinct. Some of them are full of harmonicas that can only play the blues. blues, and despite their ornate decorations, were sold for 50 cents a piece across the nation because my logic is cheap and my reason is weak. If you look at my feet, you will find flowers. They are lilies. I've grown them from standing on street corners and watching people meet, speak in languages that I have yet to master. They are fertilized by lies I tell myself on a daily basis, that I'm not good enough for other people to waste their time on, that I don't deserve to be happy. I try to cover them up with socks and shoes, but the shocking blue tones of loneliness can't be covered by things you buy in a store. There is no aisle 6 for sick hearts. If you look at my hands, you will find wrinkles. Because I've been 75 since I was 13, and if you look at my fingertips, you will find the indent of my own 2 lips because I speak with my hands. And these fingertips are just looking for a face to kiss. If you look at my teeth, you will find bullet holes where poems have shot their way out of my mouth into the ground like spent ammunition from the word rifle that is my throat. And if you look in my eyes, you will find the letters I wrote but never sent, folded up and tucked into regret-shaped envelopes. You will find the words I spoke but never meant, pulled into puddles of my own personal pity. You will find the daggers I try so hard to keep sheathed. You will find the emaciated rib cages of children 2 worlds away. You will find me praying for change, losing myself in the tide. In my eyes, you will find a boy that wanted to be an astronaut when he grew up, until he found out that astronauts have to come back down to Earth. I have enough insecurities to crush New York City like a cardboard dream cut out of a refrigerator box. I used to draw with crayons, but I stopped when I found out I couldn't fit all of my colors inside of the lines. I used to build high-rises from building blocks until I discovered you can only go so high before the atmosphere just stops. You can only run from yourself so long and your legs just cramp up, and I am done sprinting. So the other night, I made a sound and it went something like, "Ugh!" It was the sound of my wrists sliding off of that crucifix. It was the sound of my feet touching the ground, my toes grabbing the grass, my knees kissing the sand. It was the sound of my hands as I grabbed that slow, deep earth and just fell asleep.
Cool.
There you go.
Wow.
Thanks. Just quick off camera.
Yeah, so that's one that I just wrote recently, a couple days ago actually, and memorized and did it for the poetry slam. So
Yeah, that was awesome. Actually, I'll make a quick note about that. Last night, CP, I didn't get to make it, unfortunately, but they
No,
had
that's
a
cool.
big poetry slam, and we had Mike out here yesterday for Michael
Yeah,
Johnson,
yeah.
Mick. So he's been on the show, and he got some rants and reviews from listeners, so I'm sure
that's
you
cool.
will as well.
Yeah, let's hope so. I love
But,
reviews. That's the best. That's the best thing to get.
So,
All right,
keep
well,
going.
I can keep going. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do another one. This one is like typical college poems about war. So we'll see how that goes. These days, everybody's got a second cousin stepbrother who shipped out to the war, and every soldier has a mother. Even bullets have places they come from. Warm guns they called home until they were drafted into service by a kick in their weak spots, stabbed in the back by a firing pin, so they spin right out the front into the gut of my second cousin's stepbrother, who tumbles as rehearsed in every Hollywood script verse beat poem about explosions and glory. His gory confessions slip out on the ground like a child's quiet note. I like you. Do you like me? Check yes or no. For so long, our country's been trying to check both. We like our neighbors, but only sometimes, only if our plans align, only if we can get the checkbook to balance. But I'm telling you, there is a deficit in our mouths of words we should be shouting. It's not okay. Bring our children back, because every time American flak rains down on houses, mothers bow down to M18 sounding our national anthem. Oh, say, can you see the blood in our streets? The orphanages in our eyes are growing full, and I, for one, am tired of turning away Mary and Joseph because they were turbans and robes. I don't know what kind of clothes Jesus wore when he died, but I'm pretty sure that it wasn't a uniform. So if my second cousin's stepbrother comes home all right, it will be with body bags under his eyes, stuffed full of the weight that his buddies couldn't take. So even when they made it home safe, they died. They just couldn't take the sound of a shotgun crying in the corner. They just wanted to meet someone who was torn like they were, so weapon met weapon, as shotgun met head. The metal one lives, but the fleshy one is dead. Oh, say, can you see the blood in our streets? Amen. God bless America. So that's that. All right. Let's see. I'll let you. You know what? I'll let you make the call because there's some that I kind of torn between doing.
Okay.
So I can do. I'm just gonna give you like a really vague description of some, and you're just gonna pick them based off of pretty much nothing. All right. So I can do one about a hospital. I can do one about a dog. I can do one about my hands. And I can do one about America. Again.
Hey,
Doggy.
I'll let you make the call.
You want dog?
Dog.
Dog. Okay,
I was
alright.
thinking dog too. Oh, wait, we should pound it. Can we do this?
Yeah, here, you do it for the,
Wait,
we'll do
wait.
it for the camera. We've got, because we've talked about his dislocated finger.
A lot.
Now
They-
you
they
guys can actually
developed-
see it.
Yeah,
It's,
but
If
Chance
you're,
and I just
if
having
you
a
look on video, if not, I'll explain it
wonderful.
to you. Chances, y'all can do it while I'm
Pound it.
talking, but
What up?
basically,
That's
because his
beautiful.
pinky is dislocated, they do a pinky out fist bump.
It's kind of like when
It's
you
as cheesy as my writing.
what's
that's
it
all I have
called?
to say.
Parking it. Or
Yeah.
like you do
Oh, I
thumb
see.
and or like that. I don't know
Yeah.
which
It
one it
Fit
was.
together
but,
like a little puzzle.
You
piece.
lost
but this time it's like opposite.
It's with
I mean,
You
pinkies,
park
yeah.
it and lock it. That's what you do.
Oh.
It's hard to do it.
That's some
Nice.
complex stuff. I don't know if I'm ready for it. All right.
Alright.
This is one that I actually haven't performed before, so you all will be the the first one exclusive private showing. Okay. Yeah. So this is about my dog. Because she's gonna die soon. So. It's called Drew. I have a dog that will scream barks while wagging her tail. In the dark, when I'm stumbling through my house at 2 in the morning, she growls a low warning, but when that light comes on, so does that tail. Flailing through the air, so the growl goes from grimace to grin and her guards descend, so she just sits and wags away. There's something bright behind her eyes. I don't know if I can define it. It's a porch light in the night after fighting the urge to run away. It stays me and melts my heart to liquid. She has been my sister since forever, if I remember correctly. It's not only the person you see now that loves her, but all the Connors that came before, toddler, nerdy elementary school kid, troubled middle school poet. I know that she is a part of me, and for that reason, I don't know what I will do when she's dead. That light is glowing strong, but her body sinks like a leaden-feathered bird. It creaks like a door hinge that's been turned far too many times, and even as I'm rhyming, that time is growing near, but you should see her run. No reservations, and sometimes I swear this is true. The sun has a hard time catching her. She sprints like a soldier coming home, like a lover who knows he never has to be alone again. Wind in the air and grass in her teeth, I miss her already. But the leaves can't stay in the trees forever. So I pray that my grandfather didn't mean it when he said animals don't have souls, and I hope every day that there is no toll into heaven and all my childish notions of death are correct. She won't die, she'll just go to sleep. When I was young, I had a dog named Toby. He was diabetic. One day the vet said it was time to let go, so I stayed behind so I could, and I quote, see Toby go to doggy heaven. I hope I was right, because bottom line, I can't walk into my house at night if there isn't a growl, if there isn't a tail that wags just because I'm there, and she doesn't care if I smell or if I dress weird. Drew doesn't mind if I can't grow a beard. When that day comes and the sun catches up to her pounding paws, the soldier falls and the lover is locked behind bars, drowning his sorrow in drink, I think I will stay behind, and I'll quietly watch as Drew flies up into doggy heaven. So there you go.
Wow.
Great job.
Thanks guys. I love doing it. You know.
You want to do one more?
Yeah, sure.
I know,
Yeah,
I mean, you had all those other ones.
yeah,
How
cool.
about-
No, I mean, I'm always up for doing
I'm torn between the hospital and your hands.
The
It's just
hands.
mysterious.
The hands is the first one. Oh, actually, there's. I forgot about that one. There's one I can do about. There's one I can do about a girl. Ooh.
Ooh.
And you wanna do that one? You wanna do that one? I can like look you in the eyes the whole time, and I can pretend it's
I'll
funny.
blush. Stop. Put this on camera now.
I think that's the one.
All right. Everybody likes to hear the love poems. So. Okay, here we go. I have most of this memorized, but I'm gonna keep this for a crutch.
Okay.
You are an enigma, wrapped in a puzzle, wrapped in Pink Floyd lyric sheets and dipped in blue hair dye. I would roll you like a cigarette and smoke you every day of my life, hoping you grab my lungs like cancer, so I can cough you up in my handkerchief just to look at you. I am sick. I bet you smell like citrus. But I can't tell because the air sits still when you pull up a chair next to me and draw cityscapes on my forearm. I hold my breath so my face fills with blue and it looks like your hair, dear, if I can call you that. Move over here so I can pretend that the world revolves around my fingertips every time I accidentally brush your hand. Look me in the eyes and tell me you don't feel sand, pulling us through the hourglass to a time where I don't know you and you don't care. Take my shirt. Promise me that you'll wear it for weeks and never wash it, so I can stand up to myself on days when you're 300 miles away and all I have is your smell. I hope that I fall down a wishing well and come up like a lucky penny, shiny and new, so you'll pick me up off the street and dust off all this grime I've accumulated. I've been laying on railroad tracks, Abe Lincoln up, letting trains tell me I'm not good enough, but I know that I can find a home in your change purse, next to some lint, or maybe some lipstick if I'm lucky. Lucky. That's me. Give me a heads up, so I don't keep my tails tucked. Take a chance. It's not 50-50, but I promise it's worth it. In the meantime, I will try my best to piece your puzzle together and drink all the blue hair dye I can, hoping it will bring you home. There you go.
Yeah.
Tell girls and stuff, you know.
How'd you feel, Ava? Is that,
Oh yeah,
is
I
that
forgot
sweet?
to look at you.
Is that sweet?
Man.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
it's okay.
You know, I
I
feel-
know you were speaking to me. It's cool.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, we have that kind of connection.
I got that.
You know, girls love being compared to cigarettes. I find
Yeah.
that's a great analogy to use, like in bars or just anywhere. Like, hey, you look like a cigarette.
You look like a sweet.
But if you explained it, then they'd be like, oh,
Okay.
I'd love to be
It's like, well, hold on. Let me do the word
and
performance.
then you're doing a poem, and that's just
and
it.
then
Like
it's done. Yeah.
it's done at that point. Yeah.
you
Yeah.
have a great
Awesome.
voice for this.
You know, people told me like, I really didn't think at least that I had like a voice that would be for like performing, but yeah, somebody told me since I started doing this that I should be like a television announcer. It's like
I was
don't
thinking
know.
that too.
I don't know. I guess sure, fine, that's great. I'll go announce some television.
Where are you from?
Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Yeah.
So why are you?
Shout out to Lauren. My roommate's from Tennessee.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I'm from Brunson, Tennessee. I'm here because
I grew up there. I lived there for 10 years.
really.
Yeah, I went
You
to Holston View Elementary.
Seriously, that's
Yeah.
awesome, man. I went to Bluff City. I'm technically from Bluff City. I'm like right on the line between. I went to Sullivan East High School, so that's really weird. That's,
Small world.
I
man.
guess it is a
And
small
our
world.
guest last week was from Kingsport. So
Really?
Yeah.
Jeez, that's weird. I guess we just got a theme going on here, but no.
Tennessee show.
Yeah, I mean, I'm here obviously because of college, and I mean, like, you know, you apply to places, somebody gives you the most money, you go there. So
Yeah.
that's what USC did, and I just started doing the spoken word stuff in November. There's a show here. Andrea Gibson came, and before I went to the show, someone sent me one of her videos, and I just like lost it. And like I had this notebook here. I don't know if you can see that. This is the one that I had in November. And it's obviously, I had to like staple the front cover back on because it came off. So yeah, so it's actually full now. The first poem I did was the last poem in the notebook. So I've got to get a new one. But it's been a great ride. I mean, I just started in November and I've done a couple performances. I'm actually doing something next week with the dance school. I'm doing that first poem and people are going to be dancing to it at the Coker Center. So that's going
a
to be
cool idea.
cool. Yeah, it's for the Embodied show, which is at 7:30 and 3 on Friday and Saturday. So.
Cool.
Boom-ba-doom-ba-doom.
And that's next week?
Yeah, next
Okay, we'll
next
have to
Friday and
promote
Saturday.
that. We'll
Yeah,
have to
do
find someone.
promote it.
Yeah.
I'll be going there actually.
Will you? Well, you'll be singing that poem
Yes.
for the second time.
Oh wow.
And
That's
the people that are dancing will be hearing that poem for like the 7th time because I rehearsed with them, so I do the poem
Right.
for them, and then they came to the competition, they had to hear it again, so they're just like this poem. But
I'm
you know,
sure they enjoyed it.
They can
that's
recite
awesome.
it with you, you know.
yeah, you can just like
have
chant
one.
along.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
I don't know, you don't know this because you haven't been here, obviously, but we interviewed Rudy Francisco.
Oh, really?
For those of you who are, have listened in, we had that interview, I don't know, a month or two ago, about a month ago, I guess. And if you heard that, or if not, you can go on and check it out and see what he said. But he said there were 2 people that really stood out to him. One who did the guy and the girl one, that was Mick, and that's who we had on. And I hadn't even talked to him yet when I had talked to Connor and Mick after the show and said, hey, I really liked your style. I'd like you to come on. And then the other one was that he said, I don't remember what poem he liked specifically about yours, but he was like, how you had just started in November and really hadn't really done much, and he thought you'd been doing it for years.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool that we've
Yeah,
gotten both of
that is
y'all on
cool.
air,
Yeah,
and it wasn't all worked out, but
Yeah, that's great.
Um,
Rudy Francisco's a cool guy. I talked to
yeah,
him a little
he was
bit.
really cool.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, that speaks a lot about just your
Yeah,
talent.
thanks, man. I just love doing it. That's what happens.
Definitely. So what else are you involved in on campus?
Well, I'm student government now, with my hall government. I do some service organizations, Best Buddies, Viva Haiti, things like that. And I'm RMing next year in Capstone, so I'm living there in Capstone now. Class now, because I mean it's like the last couple of weeks, so like the biggest thing is class. I got a job down at Harper's, which is cool. I like working there a lot. It's a fun place. So I got like the whole artist that's working and like chugging through it. Yeah, I'm a public health major actually, so like everything I do academically is like so far away
So,
from poetry.
but
Yeah,
it's good to be.
it's good. I like that
Because
sort of
you'll be able
like.
to connect with.
Yeah,
anyone you're
exactly.
working with.
Exactly. I have two totally different like groups of people. Like the science people that I get along with because I really like I'm a nerd. I really like love science, and so yeah. And then there's like all the artsy like theater poetry people that I know. So that's great. I really like that sort of like contradiction. Yeah.
We appreciate you having.
Yeah, no
having
problem.
you on.
Yeah, thanks for
Appreciate it.
inviting me. It's great.
I know it's early. We
Oh
were
yeah.
trying to guess that.
I had a problem with that at first, but I'm definitely awake now, so
Good.
no problems with that. Yeah.
All
Well,
right. Well, thanks so much.
thanks. Yeah, guys, have a great show.
Awesome.
Thanks.
We'll do. Thank you again. We'll have that. I mean, that'll be up literally in like 20 minutes, probably once I stop this and redo it. So.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Bye, thanks.
I can stream it from the thing, the website.
Yes.
Yeah. Cool.
See you around Capstone.
Yeah, see you. Oh yeah, do you live there?
Yes.
Cool.
See ya.
All right. So that was Connor Brunson once again here on the show, and then it'll be up. I'll have this little outro part of it, I guess. So we'll go to some music, and then we'll come back. I'll go grab Blake, and maybe hit the new editor-in-chief of the Garnet and Black magazine. They'll come in. Maybe Jordan, hopefully. I don't know. I don't know if he talked to her, but at least Blake's gonna come in and tell us about what he's kind of said is the best. Saved the best for last. It's his last kind of hoorah. He's graduating, but the last launch party for Garnet and Black. So it's supposed to be really good. He told me some details yesterday. But I'll let him bring those to y'all.
He's put some posters out. They're pretty sweet.
Yeah. I think it's going to be awesome. I know it was a lot of fun last time down at, what's that called? All the places down there changed their names. It was the library.
This time it's at Soda Library.
No, I don't think so. I'll tell you soon. So stay tuned. We'll hear some music. So Chance, what do you have queued up for us?
We will hear Just Like Honey by the Submarines.
Cool deal. Keep listening. This is the Pauly C
An AWOWW show.
here on WUSC FM and HD1 Columbia. Perfect segue. Yeah.